your name and affiliate partner.
Yes.
Miles Teller, actor on this film.
But this is very real, actually. I was at the premiere yesterday, and it really felt like this movie served its purpose of honoring victims, and the people who were there were very happy. Tell us about the experience of being at the premiere festival.
It was great, you know. It was unlike any premiere that I've been a part of. I think a lot of the time you come out and you do the red carpet, and it's all about, oh, who are you wearing, and Hollywood kind of clapping for themselves and celebrity. But this was not about that at all. You know, it was about the community of firefighters and kind of the larger scope of the first responders that we have, and then these guys, you know, the Granite Mountain Hotshots and their families that were left behind after this. There was a lot of the families were there last night, and it was incredibly, it was an incredibly emotional experience. Like you said, you were there, and afterwards, just kind of hugging a lot of the fathers but yeah, it is a celebration for these guys. It helps keep the spirit of their son or their brother alive for forever. Film is forever. So it was nice to be a part of their legacy.
Yeah, it was a very interactive screening as well. You could feel like they were reacting at the right moments, and they were responding to the film in the right way.
Yes.
That was kind of beautiful. Your character was one of the lucky ones who escaped. So how much did you work with him on the film?
I went down to meet Brendan, I think, a couple weeks before we started filming. And we went to some of the spots, like we walked out to the juniper tree that the guy saved in the movie that was, 2,000 years old. And just kind of got to walk around the town. I feel like these guys, because they were the first municipal fire department to become hotshots, they represented their town. So by going around the town and meeting people, you even got a better sense of who these guys were, if this is where they grew up. And he was great. He was very giving in this whole process, and I think we all benefited from that. It just gave it another an added layer of authenticity, which is what we're going for.
Is it one of those educational films because you learned so much about, I did learn so much about how you fight fire with fire and all these things. So how much is it a learning curve as well?
I think it's a learning experience for a lot of people. I think a very small percentage of this audience knows what a hotshot is or what they do for work every day. So to be able to put this profession and these guys on screen for the first time was special, and I know how much this means to that community because I've been able to meet a lot of those guys, men and women. I've been able to meet a lot of them.
How much did you learn about fire itself and things that you didn't really know, and how much did you have to do yourself?
I learned everything. I guess I knew about wind. I knew that wind could kind of pick up the momentum of a fire. I didn't realize how erratic fire behavior can be. That wind shifts, and all of a sudden that fire that was going this way just did a complete 180, and now it's coming right at you. And also I just learned that we don't fight wildfire with water. It's not like planes are going overhead and dropping water, and that puts the fire out. It's these locations are usually so remote that there's no machinery. It's just guys with tools who are working very long hours to do this.
And the movie is also, beyond honoring the victims, it's a movie about camaraderie and teamwork and how it saves lives like his as well. Can we talk a little bit about that and his story arc?
Well, that's what these guys miss the most, or that's what all of them were talking about that, and even meeting a lot of the firefighters after the movie was over, they said you guys nailed that brotherhood and that camaraderie, and it does have a certain flavor to it, and all the actors on this movie, everybody just kind of bought into it, and we all got along. It would have been a terrible thing to have to act, but everyone just kind of bought in. And yeah, Brendan has a unique story arc, and I think when people see the movie, where he starts out and where he finishes is leaps and bounds. So.
Yeah, it's true. How interesting is it for you to have those kinds of characters that have so many layers that you can kind of build the character throughout filming the film?
It's it's great. I think that it's a wonderful opportunity to be given a complex character that's very well written, and then also allows you to have to dig deep and and think of some things. Like you said, he's Brendan's a unique character, and he's you can't judge a book by its cover, and he really kind of surprises the audience, I think, as he goes along.
How much is challenging important to you accepting roles? Because you always have those, you know, difficult ones that you seem to pull off so well.
Oh, thank you. I think, you know, for me, and I remember Nicole Kidman talking about this. She was saying when she was takes on roles, there's always that fear of, am I going to be able to pull this off? Mm-hmm. And so there's been a couple parts I've done to where I legitimately felt like I was going to make a fool of myself, and I think the fear of failure is probably the biggest motivating factor for me.
Yeah, if you don't have the butterflies, maybe it's not as motivating as anything else.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Tell us about filming this in terms of location. Was it as beautiful as it looked?
It was very beautiful. We shot in Santa Fe, New Mexico was kind of our base, and then we filmed all around there. And if you guys haven't been to the Southwest, it's incredible, and it looks, you know, nothing like anywhere else in the country. And we didn't have to CGI any of that stuff or put backgrounds on there. It was all just, you know, we're out there, and it was beautiful.
And you spoke about the camaraderie within the ensemble of actors. Can we elaborate a little bit more about that? Did you all get along, you know, Taylor, Josh, everyone here?
I got along with everybody but Taylor Kitsch. He's just honestly a terrible human being, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you that. Josh kind of spearheaded this whole thing for everybody. You know, he was the lead on the call sheet, and whoever's the lead actor in a film has a lot of power just in terms of the vibe of the set, you know. And if he was not, if he kind of was just going through the motions on this, or if he brought in, you know, or if he had an ego in any way, it would have disrupted it. Because for these guys, for this job, you know, you can't have an ego, man. It's about, we're all just as important as any individual. And honestly, it's strength in numbers.
What would you hope international audiences get out of this? This is, you know, quite an American story that's quite known here, but now it's going to take it, you know, a little bit global. A lot.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think the stuff that we're dealing with is universal. We're dealing with family. We're dealing with brotherhood, camaraderie. We're dealing with integrity. We're dealing with fear. We're dealing with, you know, bravery. And to me, everybody's got a brother. But everyone's got a mother and a father. And to me, that's what this film's really about. So it's really about family.
Are you an audience member to your own films? You like to watch your stuff at the cinema? Because most actors,
no,
they can't. It's like, were you able to watch Whiplash?
Every time I watch a movie,
You cringe?
There's two thoughts. I think that, well, you think you're terrible, and I don't say I'm never going to work again, but I certainly feel it's a very vulnerable kind of, you know, I'm not insecure when I'm acting, but I'm absolutely insecure when I'm watching myself acting, especially with other people who I'm supposed to be entertaining. You know, it's weird, and yeah, I might stop doing it.
Well, most people think you're very good, so hey, you know, it's their opinion that matters, doesn't it?
Well, you know.
What's been your turning point, the moment that you felt that acting is for you, or it's something that you really want to pursue a profession in?
I was a sophomore in high school, and my buddy, he's a really good friend of mine, and he used to give me a ride home from school, and he said, I'm going to audition for this play. I said, all right, we played baseball together and stuff, so I was like, you need to give me a ride home, so yeah, I'll audition for this play. And we just had a really wonderful drama teacher. She was young and energetic, and she had just come into the program, and I don't know, but I got on stage and got my first laugh, and I said, man, this is cool. I like this feeling, because I was a class clown, but I just used to get in trouble for it. Like, it was not beneficial for me in any way. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like she gave me the opportunity to fall in love with acting, and really kind of pushed me yeah, in that direction, but in a really great way.